on? This is James. Just wanted to try to give kind of a visual aid to how I did this. So I learned how to record my computer screen, which is awesome. So anyway, this is how I flew around the world for like 850 bucks. I started in San Francisco. You'd have to pick a big airport to fly out of. If you live out in the boonies somewhere, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but you know, you're still going to save money doing this. I use Skyscanner to find cheap flights, and break them up. You never want to have a flight with a layover. You're paying extra money. You can, I'll hang out somewhere, wait for a ticket price to go down. You can do this if you got time. If you're like a wanderer, if you want to be a nomad, this is how to do it. If you just have to get to New York, right now, first class, yeah, you're gonna pay, 10 grand for a ticket or something. But so anyway, this first leg was $99. Prices have gone up to $130 is the cheapest I can find them to Reykjavik now. The second leg, and I hung out in Iceland for a couple days, which was cool. The second leg was $74 or $73, something like that. And I hung out in, and this went into Vilnius, Lithuania. From there, I took a bus down to Minsk, Belarus. Hung out there for a few days. Took the bus back, Vilnius, and then I flew down to Cyprus. Was there for a few days, and then from there, I flew to Prague. This Cyprus ticket from here to here was like 40 bucks. It was great. And then for some reason, flying back to Prague with a layover in Bucharest was like 130. I couldn't crunch the numbers to make this any cheaper, in my time frame. And actually out of Cyprus, they canceled my flight and put me on a flight going to Prague 2 days later. I freaked out because I was going to eat up all my Prague time. I found out I could move my flight either ahead 2 days or back 1 day. So I did that. I just left Cyprus a day early. Wasn't the end of the world. So this end, this short flight, this one was like 40 bucks. This was like 130. And then from, Prague to Shanghai was like, I think it was under 250. And I think, Shanghai back to San Francisco was maybe like 255 or something like that. But like, these two flights, I think like maybe 240, 255 was call this leg from, pretty much all the way, half the way around the world was like 500 bucks. And this half was a little bit cheaper. So anyway, that's how it was done, actually flying. But I use a Skyscanner website. So what they let you do is enter in your departure airport, and you can just leave everything else blank. Usually tickets are cheapest about 30 days ahead of time. That's in that little dip area I found. You can research on when to buy airplane tickets to get them cheaper, but they're usually, you find they're selling. They're trying to fill the plane, and about 30 days out they want to know where they're at. So what they do, the two leg, they let you leave that blank, and then you can search flights, and it just tells you, it sorts them from cheapest to most expensive. So obviously, flying domestically for me is going to be the cheapest. Usually Canada and Mexico, they go back and forth. Sometimes it's cheaper to fly to Mexico than it is to Canada. And then Iceland is the third. That's a good distance. Iceland is not close. It's like a 9-hour flight or an 8.5-hour flight. So, man, that's a spread. And that's because of WoW Air. If they weren't doing this, like, take advantage of those WoW Air flights, because you can get, you can get into Europe from Reykjavik for cheap. So spend that 130 bucks, and then you can so you're in Reykjavik, And that's taxes and everything, you know, that's out the door. That's what you're going to put on your credit card. I think I looked at it earlier. It's actually like $129.95 or something. So, you know, you search for flights out of Reykjavik, and there you go, Poland, you know, UK, Lithuania, Hungary. Let's just say Poland for fun. Oh, that's kind of, see this, I'm not sure. Gdansk. I don't know if that's like a major airport, but like Poland's beautiful. You can get lost there for a while, you know. Probably not a problem in Poland for $40. But let's just say for another $4, you know, let's go to Lithuania. Vilnius, I've been there. It's beautiful. Who wouldn't want to go there? Where'd the thing go? I wanted to show everybody the castle, but whatever. We'll do that later. So let's just say we can get to, that was actually cheaper than my flight, wasn't it? What did that say? I paid $73 for my flight to, wow. This is like half what I paid to Vilnius. um, so okay, fine. We're in Vilnius for $44. I'm kind of mad. So actually, so somehow that's getting to Europe. You actually end up, you might have to wait in Iceland for a week or something, who knows. So you have to like click on all these and check the time that they land and all that stuff. But let's just hypothetically say you get there. You know, so, you know, going to Vilnius, same thing, you know, search flights. And once you're in Europe, man, flying is almost free. It's like taking the bus in the United States. Oh, Thailand. How did I get in there? I don't know how that happened. Let's try again. Vilnius. I think my computer's freezing. Vilnius. Come on. Okay. Ugh, this is just ruining my video. Why is it doing that? Search everywhere, dang it. So there you go. Like once you're actually inside Europe and you just want to fly around Europe or something, it's incredibly cheap. You know, stay in a hostel for 10 or 15 bucks a night. You know, you can easily get around Europe for 20 bucks a day. I spend a lot more than that because I'm a fatso and I can't stop stuffing my face with everything I see. You know, Italy, Norway, Sweden. You know, I'm sure this Italy here is probably a smaller town to start off with. You know, Milan. Yeah, Rome is usually a little bit more expensive to fly to. 26 bucks to Rome. It's not bad. I've been wanting to go to Athens. So I don't know if I saw Greece on here. Greece is kind of a haul. And they kind of like to tax their stuff. So, yeah, see, it's a little more expensive to get into Greece. But you add these up, you know, whatever it was, 130 and 40, 170, and then another 70 bucks to get to Greece. You know, we're $200 range here, you know. Don't waste your money. You know, hang out in a place. If you have to hang out in a place for a couple of days, do it. I'd rather spend my money on like staying in a hostel or just couch surfing or even get a nice hotel room, you know, take a tour, spend a little bit of money in their country. You know, don't just fly over it, you know, just stop and live a little bit and, you know, check all the cool stuff out, you know. I highly recommend going to, like, Croatia. Who wouldn't want to go to Croatia? Crimea, that's a whole nother subject. That's expensive right now. But go to a country where there are no English speakers, you know, or where it's just like you're struggling and you're like, oh, I just want a hot dog, please. You know, you have to pantomime, can I please have a sandwich or something? It's rad. It changes your worldview, you know. That's why I don't really, you know, I'm not too hip on like, you know, going to Paris or going to Stockholm. Sweden's beautiful, but everybody speaks English, you know. They're just, It's not for me. Why go to England? I'm sure, it'd be cool, go see Big Ben, drive around in circles, but, like Ukraine, baby, that's where I want to go. Ukraine for $21. Look at that. Kiev. Ugh, just amazing. Go see some stuff nobody goes to see. It's like, you know, it's like a freaking fairy tale land. I don't know. So, anyway, go give it a try. Let me know if you have any questions. Um, I'd be happy to help anybody who needs help or has any questions. Just do it while you're young, go see stuff. It's super neat. Anyway, thanks a lot. All right.